right. Think about everything that you did yesterday, from the moment you woke up to the moment you went to sleep, and how none of those choices felt life-changing in the moment. Yet those small actions may be quietly shaping your future more than a single big decision ever could. These daily habits are small actions that we repeat every day over the time and shape the people that we are and who we become, physically, mentally, and emotionally. Which is why people should intentionally build positive daily habits, because small actions repeated over time directly impact physical, mental health, and well being and future success. By the end of this speech, I want you to walk away ready to change at least one habit, because small changes today can prevent a much bigger problem in the future. This topic is very important because many people do not realize how much their everyday habits affect their health and their mindset, and how the negative consequences can affect their future, and how those habits have already deeply formed and it's much harder to change them. I researched some peer-reviewed journal articles on habit formation and health, and along with information from Centers of Disease Control and Prevention of the World Health Organization. I also chose this topic because I personally noticed that small habits like staying up too late and screen time, or just daily routines that can affect my energy and mood and focus throughout the day. Today, I want to explain how negative habits affect us and how positive habits can improve our lives, and what steps you can take to start building better habits. To understand this matters because we need to first look at the problem of our daily habits. Most people don't realize how much their daily habits are shaping their future, and what they might not appear right away. So these small decisions can progress over time, such as screen time, unhealthy eating, lack of movement. They may feel a little bit harmless, but they can gradually become repeated behaviors over time. Those repeated behaviors slowly build into routines and shape a person's energy and mood and overall health. They become the default way of living that way. According to the Philip Lally colleagues in European Journal of Social Psychology, repeated behaviors gradually automatically become a habit of formation, meaning people often stop actively choosing their behaviors and just beginning operating on autopilot, which you would understand habits would be harder to break. Additionally, this disease of control and the prevention explains that excessive screen time is linked to sleep deprivation and also increased stress and lower overall well-being. So the good news is habits are really good to change, and they are easy to change if you do it early on. So the solution is not just completely change your life overnight. No, not at all. The approach is very unrealistic if you do that, because it often leads to failure. So instead, focus on one small thing. Intend the habit that are repeated over time. So the longer the negative habits continue, the harder they are to break, which is why starting small is most effective. Individuals should focus more on realistic habits at a time, such as screen time before bed, going on a short walk daily, or improving just one good meal. Over time, small actions build consistency, and consistency turns into effort and then a routine, and then the behavior just becomes automatic, like the autopilot. Although the actions might seem a little bit minor, when repeated daily, graduated bad patterns, you can build stronger routines by continuing them. So now imagine yourself in the future, depending on the habits that you do daily. If nothing changes, life can slowly become a cycle of just poor energy, bad sleep, distraction, stress, and that's where a person wakes up tired, and then goes through the day super unfocused, and then goes to the bed thinking that I haven't improved anything. I personally have experienced this myself, waking up feeling tired, unfocused throughout the day, realizing that the outcomes weren't really as good as what I was expecting.
So the research from the World Health Organization shows that inactivity and unhealthy lifestyle behaviors can risk the long-term effect in physical and mental problems. So these bad problems can change in the future too. However, positive habits, if they're introduced, the outcome could be much different. A person who begins making small changes, such as improving those things, such as sleep, moving more, increased energy, you will begin to get a more stable mood and stay a lot more focused. Research by Wendy Wood in Physiological Review shows that repeated positive habits can significantly shape behavior and improve long-term quality of life. So who wouldn't want to do that? The difference between the outcomes are they might seem small at first, but over time they become significant and life-changing. So the real question is rather you want the habits to change or if you're willing to change anything about them. So there's 2 simple steps that we can talk about and begin the changing of daily habits. So first, choose one small habit, realistic though. So attempt to changing something as going to bed earlier, going out for a walk, or even just drinking more water throughout the day. Second, track an everyday habit. So using a journal, a checklist. This creates accountability, which accountability makes people turn these small actions into consistent routines. Things like this, I started doing myself, and I actually started seeing noticeable things over time. Small actions done consistently create a long-term change, which is what we're wanting to do. We have discussed how negative habits can slowly take control over your daily life and how positive habits can improve your long-term well-being and the steps that individuals can take to begin building better habits. So, this topic is important because daily habits are shaping your future right now. Whether you're aware of it or not, the longer you wait, the more control they gain. So the real question is, your future is not built on just one big moment. It is really, are you going to let these bad habits take control over you, or are you going to take control over them? Thank you. Bye-bye.